Welcome back to Toledo's most local 9 a.m. show, Good Day. Well, one thing the Glass City has that's local is theater. This weekend and next, head to the Old West End for some dark humor and a visit to your high school days. And Heathers, the musical, all three Heathers are here this morning. Marion Marlatt, Elise Brown, and Sammy Spencer. Thanks for being here today, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So Heathers, this is the musical. This is based on the movie, what was it, 80s, 90s?
1989.
With Winona Ryder, and it became like that cult classic.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the musical version of this. How does this translate to the stage?
I would say it's much more characterized, and there's a lot more satire in the musical just because there's so many songs that are added just to add like some fun and some energy, and it's not as like dark. And,
Okay.
I mean, it's still dark and twisted, but it's not as dark and twisted as the movie where you just kind of leave the movie like, you know, sad, and the musical's a lot more fun experience.
A little bit more uplifting, maybe.
There's some hope there.
Right. Yeah. So the story here is that other student who's kind of an outsider, sort of. Her name is Veronica, right? Mm-hmm. So she comes in and she kills all of you guys. Is that what happened?
Majority.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Let's talk a little bit more of the plot, and what it's all about.
Yeah. So basically, Veronica's a bit of an outsider, and she comes to the Heathers with a proposal to sit at their table, join their clique because she's good at forgeries and that sort of thing. And the Heathers are like, we could use that for our mind games and whatever. And yeah, basically, it's about her conforming to the group and finding out that popularity is not all that she wanted it to be, and then chaos that ensues.
Yeah, so yeah, some people go away, and then she's left to clean all that up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's three of you, all named Heather.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you go about individualizing your role for this?
I think that Heather Mack is kind of the sensitive one. She's the most anxious. I relate heavily to that. So it was easy for me to kind of delve into my character, as theirs are a little bit more of like the mean girl typical stereotype.
Yes. Okay, she's the nice one?
Yeah, nicer. She's a little
nicer
more
than us.
redeemable than her and I, for sure.
So how do you go about preparing for a role like that, where you're like kind of a mean girl?
It can be a lot, because when you walk into the first day of rehearsals, it's like, I don't want my castmates to think I'm really like this. I know what role I signed up for, but I swear I'm a nice person. But this is a role that I've personally been like super excited about since like high school. And it's just treating it with a lot of care, and you know, there has to be a mean person in like the show to make it, you know, work, and to make the plot happen, and just trying to make that clear for the audience, you know, set aside myself to step into that character.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the music, because it is a musical, so that's different from the movie version. People have seen it. What's the music like in this one?
The music is very difficult to follow and to play. Lots of harmonies, lots of tempos. We have an amazing pit, an amazing music director, Ben Tittle, who's been working with us, and the tempo is just, it's a lot of songs with scenes in between the songs, is what I would describe the musical as.
Okay.
There's not a lot of only dialogue. There's a lot of underscoring. So just trying to get that timed out. And we have a fantastic ensemble. I mean, without the harmonies in the background with the principal, like, this show would be nothing without them. It just adds so much more, and it adds to the amazement of the characters and the energy that they're feeling throughout the show.
And there's some dancing too.
Oh yeah. No, Riley makes us look amazing up there. Like, I love her so much.
Riley Reynolds, you may have heard of her. She's the choreographer for the show.
Yeah.
So this is opening. When does it open?
So we open on the 18th. We have shows on
Friday. Okay.
We have shows on the 18th, 19th, and 26th at 8, and then on the 27th at 3 p.m. at the Collingwood Arts Center.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this venue too. For people who haven't been to the Collingwood Arts Center, I mean, there's so much history there.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
What is it like
much.
to be able to perform in a venue like that?
I've grown up doing theater there my whole life. I started doing theater there with Children's Theater Workshop when I was really small. So I've just been able to be in the building a lot, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, it's one of the biggest theaters we have in the area, and it has so much history to it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it might add to the whole, like, maybe darkness a little.
Yeah. I mean, when you walk in, it's like an 1800s building. There's like ghost hunting that goes on when we're rehearsing. You'll feel it when you're there.
Yeah. So what do you hope, though, that people, because there is, I think, a lesson here, maybe. So what do you hope the audience walks away with?
I would say there's a lot of themes about like the dangers of conformity and paving your own path. Veronica has to learn, but at the end of the day, what the musical brings that is different from the movie is a sense of hope by the end, that we can all be nicer and be better, and just try to, change high school, make it a better place to be. And I think
That's a strong one.
Yeah.
Don't go killing people.
Right. Yeah, don't be people you don't like.
Let's not do that. All right, so you open again on Friday. Where can people get tickets?
there are links on our Facebook page for Stone Productions that you can go to and go ahead and buy tickets.
Get your tickets. Ladies, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Heathers.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So much. Yeah. When Toledo's most fun, local, and positive 9 a.m. show continues, cork or keg? You can have both this weekend in Napoleon. The details on a great fundraiser for Special Olympics when Good Day returns.